Do you want a really easy way to add colour to your die cuts without the need for any perfect ink blending or perfect colour cardstock? Well, that's what today's video is all about. I'm going to be working with some shimmer powders from Nuvo, but if you don't have shimmer powders, but maybe you've got something like Lindy's Magicals, then they'll work in exactly the same way. You could even use your sprays for this technique too. Anything that's going to add colour to the page, but without you needing to worry about being a perfectionist. So to get started, I'm going to be using some scraps of watercolour cardstock that I've got in my stash. This is from Pink Frog Crafts. If you're in the UK, it's a really good high quality watercolour cardstock that's great for card making and mixed media techniques. And I'm just spraying the cardstock with water and then adding some shimmer powder over the top. Now you can do this the other way around. You can add shimmer powder to the cardstock and then spritz it with water, but either way works just fine. If you find your cardstock starts to curl towards you, then spray water on both sides first of all, like I'm doing here, and then that will just help it to stay nice and flat while you add the powder and stop it all running off the piece of cardstock or pooling in one particular corner. I'm using lots of different colours so that I've got a different colour for all the elements of my die set that I'm using today. And I'm just setting each of the panels aside to dry before I then die cut them. So once they're all dry, you can see we've got that gorgeous watercolour effect, and it really doesn't matter that it's not perfect, that there's white spaces. It's going to look beautiful with the finished die cuts that we're using today. I'm using my mini Spellbinders Scout die cutting machine. It's my favourite mini die cutting machine just because of the versatility. It's got a slightly larger opening and long plates, so it means that you can use it with more dies. So I think this is a great beginner little die cutting machine. If you don't want a big machine and you know you're just going to be using smaller dies, then it's perfect for that. And I'm just going to die cut all of the elements out here. This is the Magical Fushia die set. It's from Spellbinders and their team up with Alex Siberia Designs. It is absolutely beautiful. It's such a great collection. But I'm just going to be focusing on using the dies and the embossing folder today. So once I've die cut all the pieces out, we can then start putting the flowers together. And Spellbinders have made it super easy because each of the flower sections are labelled A, B, C and D. So when you've die cut them out, you just want to make sure that you keep them in the right order. And then depending on the size of the flower that you want to create, depends on how many of those layers that you'll use. So first of all, I'm going to add the bud to that first stem, just so that we've got a little bit of variation in the design. And then I'm going to create 2 large fuchsia flowers to add to it. You can see that on the base layer of the die, you've got that etch detail, so that makes it a little bit easier to know where to line up the next layering piece. And again, I'm just using a little bit of liquid glue here. I just find it so much easier to work with, and because the Belly Arts glue has got such a fine tip, it's really easy to control how much glue comes out. I know you can also get fine tip glue bottles, such as the ones that Gina K Designs has, and these would work really easily as well. If you struggle with fiddly die cuts and controlling your use of glue, then I definitely recommend a bottle that has got a fine tip. I'm using my reverse tweezers to hold it in place while the glue dries, and I'm just going to layer up the flowers here. So hopefully you've seen I'm using the base first. I've then added the stamen. I'm then adding the first layer, which is the B layer, sorry, and the little petal that goes over the top. And you could leave it there if you wanted a smaller flower, but then we layer up the C and D parts, and then you add in those extra little petals at the top just to finish off that flower design. And it is so pretty. I have created a short that will go on my YouTube channel just showing a little bit closer how to put the flowers together if you're struggling with it, but it's very easy to do. And I think it's a lot easier to see in real life because you can see the etching on the die cuts, and also you've got the letters on the dies to help you know which layer goes where. Also, Spellbinders is very good at putting together information on their website for how to put their dies together as well. So there's lots of resources available if you are struggling. Once I've popped those flowers on, you can see we've got that really beautiful flower, and it just looks so pretty. And using the shimmer powders means that we've got that variation of colour, and we've not had to put a lot of effort in to get that. So this is the embossing folder that goes with the collection. It's absolutely beautiful. But first of all, I'm going to die cut a piece from black cardstock using these Stylish Nesting oval dies. Again, these are from Spellbinders. I really want to create an oval shape on the front of my card. So I'm just going to make sure that the oval die is going to encapture all of that embossing folder first of all. And then I'm also going to have another layer that's going to be a frame around the outside for some holographic cardstock. So there's the embossed panel. It's really beautiful. You can see that it really pops and stands out on the black cardstock. And I'm just going to stick that down using some liquid glue. I did die cut the oval first before I embossed it, just so that we didn't lose any of that detail. And then I'm going to add the frame around the outside. And again, I'm just going to stick this down using some liquid glue. Again, having a fine tip glue bottle really helps to add just enough glue to hold it in place but without getting in a bit of a mess. You could use double-sided adhesive, but I do prefer liquid glue just because you get that wiggle room, especially when you're working with such a thin frame and you want it to be perfectly lined up. So I've now glued my fuchsia down and I'm going to add some of the leaves. I'm just using my reverse tweezers to help hold those down and put them in the right place because they are quite small. And as I said, my wax pencil, I was struggling a little bit because the watercolour cardstock's so heavy. But once I'm happy with the design, I can just add a little bit of liquid glue and hold it all down with my magnets as and when I need to. For a sentiment, I'm going to use one of the dies from the Essentially Yours Sentiments collection. This is the one that says thank you. I've stacked it from a couple of layers of white cardstock and then added a layer of holographic cardstock over the top. And then that is the finished card for today. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that it's given you some inspiration of ways to add colour to your die cuts without doing anything complicated. As always, all the products that I've used will be listed in the description box below. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll look forward to seeing you in another video very soon. Take care.